Timmy, and welcome back to the wonderful world of Hearts of Iron 4, where today we are achievement hunting again. And the achievement specifically I want to go for today is the Master Puppeteer. If we could also get along the Prussia of the Balkans by capitulating Turkey while controlling the rest of the Balkans as Bulgaria, that could also be in play. But Master Puppeteer is definitely the one I got my eyes on today, and it isn't too difficult to get, which is definitely good for me to hear, because after playing Turkey last time, getting that achievement, I'm hoping this one ain't gonna take all day. So if I remember correctly, this is actually too difficult to pull off. Doing Fate of the Balkans, you can actually get the decisions to subjugate these people and bring them into your faction, and it's kind of broken as they kind of overvalue the amount of units you have in whether or not they accept said subjugation. So if you were just to create some little crappy 2-with divisions and spam them out, well, they will think you have a ginormous army and will be more inclined to accept subjugation. At least that's how I remember it. I'm not too sure if that's been fixed or the weighted has been changed on it, but we're going to find out very quickly. Now, for the achievement to trigger, we just need to have at least 6 of the following must be true. We need a whole bunch of puppets, and it ain't too hard to get them as long as we actually steal the land back from Yugoslavia, where we can actually release people in these states as well. Alright, but we got a lot to do. One of the first things we actually need to work on is renegotiating our rearmament with the British so that we can actually build those crappy units and convince everybody to become my subject. Okay, we're also going to grab restrain paramilitary organizations as quickly as we can, because that will give us a weekly manpower bonus of 500 a week, which if you can't tell, yeah, we kind of need that quite badly. And we also need to grab this democratic reformer guy, as we need 20 democratic to actually get our illusions of a non-partisan system. Yes, that's right. We totally have democracy. Okay, so while we're waiting for our democratic support to go up, we are demonstrating our policies of peace to the UK. That's right, we love it. We can't wait to sit here and do nothing the entire game. Wink. In all fairness, we are probably not going to accomplish too much through fighting each other today. We're going to do it democratically. Also, it took a moment to destroy the Broad Socialists. That gives us another 120 political power. We will need to start saving up now, as we can do illusions of a non-partisan system. And then through there, we need to move down, getting rid of Boris, and then getting the Regency Council, and then the Fate of the Balkans, where we'll need to spend all political power. There we go. The UK has agreed to lift our restrictions, which means now once we get the XP, we can go ahead and form our brand new army. Yeah, we're also going to go ahead and integrate the nationalists and probably the agrarians too, because it will give us even more political power, which we need in the bank. There we go, for our brand new division. That's it. And we're going to need quite a few of these, I reckon. There you go. Now that we've got them all queued up as well, we're just going to go ahead and convert our existing ones so that the manpower and equipment all spreads out to these brand new units. Okay, next up, we are overthrowing Boris, which means even more political power needs to be spent. It's just a non-stop rodeo over here. There we go. We've thrown Boris in the bin, and we're going to go ahead and now get our Regency Council. Okay, so I think we're going to go with a pro-Axis government today. In fact, I'm pretty sure if we do, we can snipe Italy before they actually join into Germany's faction. We can get them in ours. There we go. And finally, we can do the Fate of the Balkans. Oh, yeah, sorry, Germany. I'm only going to be joining if I don't manage to get Italy into my faction, because otherwise Italy will probably come in on me. Okay, so after destroying another faction, we're now up to 450 political power. I'm also boosting my relations with everybody, and I think our brand new army should be ready to deploy. Trust me, boys, this is definitely a real army. Okay, so after getting Fate of the Balkans, as you can see, we get a whole bunch of decisions, and we're just going to ignore all the influence ones and just send all the ultimatums. And as you can see, everything is green except for Albania, because I'm not neighboring them. So we're just going to go ahead and send the ultimatums, and hopefully they all join the faction, and then we will subjugate them. There you go, look at that. They're all scared of my mighty army. And pretty much everyone has accepted. I haven't sent the one to Romania yet. Didn't have enough points, and there you go. Already we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 puppets. We just need one more and the achievement is ours. The way we can do this is we're just going to demand this land back from Yugoslavia, because we get a whole bunch of options to do that, and then release Serbia in it, and boom, there you go. Master Puppeteer. It's that simple, baby. Okay, we're not done yet though, because I do want to go ahead and capitulate Turkey, and we also need to annex all our subjects and then re-release Turkey to even be able to do this. So it's going to take a little while. Okay, next up, we're just going to consolidate our army back into an actual army, not the weird blow-up dolls with hats on and scarecrows with pretend rifles that we had before. Yeah, we're going to try and snipe Hungary before they actually get in the Axis. Alright, it's going to be a sad, sad day, but Hungary, you're going to love this whole thing we got going on over here. Just look at Serbia. They look ecstatic. Okay, we're actually just going to go ahead, annex Hungary directly into Bulgaria, because once we get down to this folks over here, we're going to be getting that based compliance growth. Okay, there you go. As soon as Italy does the influencing of our politics, we can just invite them straight into our faction, and we're probably going to go in on the Germans with them. There you go. It also means whenever the Italians actually demand land off us individually, we can just say, no thanks, bro. It does mean they still probably will get Albania. I was going to see if I could quickly annex them. Alright, I think we're actually safe on Albania. I looked at the Italian tree and it's already done, so I think we might be fine. So I'm just going to keep building my forts, and now that I realize it, that's actually a bit of deep irony that I'm building forts all over Albania. Okay, after that, we also want to annex Yugoslavia. Okay, that is the first of our puppets annexed, and we do want to get these guys out the way as quickly as we can, because the quicker we do, the quicker the compliance will actually go up. And as you can look from Hungary already, it goes up very quickly. Bulgaria, very strong. Okay, enough time sitting around, and there goes Yugoslavia. I think weirdly enough, we can also just redemand Serbia, so there you go. Okay, we're not too fussed about getting the rest right now. In fact, what we want to do is get ready to actually go in on the Germans. Okay, so our Italian allies, we don't particularly care about regardless. If they actually die to the allies, that'd be great. Either way, we only really got them in our faction so that they didn't go in on us and cause a problem. Now, the problem is disappearing regardless. Oh, the Germans actually made really quick progress on the Soviets. I don't know how they've managed it, but I really hope they don't actually get a capitulation going. That might make things very complicated. Okay, so as soon as we're ready to go in, I'm going to kick Italy from our faction. Hopefully they'll join the Germans, and then we can also snipe their province over here in the peace deal, hopefully, because we do need that to also get the other achievement for the Turkey one, because we need to control all of the Balkans, including Yugoslavian cores, which I do think counts this one right here. Okay, so the annexation of Greece there, I think we're pretty much ready to go in and start our hold against the Germans. Just can get my other army out for the Italian border here, and we should be good to go. Again, a lot of this is kind of betting that Italy will actually go ahead and join the Germans. Otherwise, this might be a little bit awkward if they end up in Japan's faction or something dumb. Hey, army looking ready. Mostly our power is going to be coming from the Air Force today, which, if you can't tell, I've really spammed out. May also be working on a bit of a heavy tank meme, but that's not quite ready just yet. Okay, so we're just going to declare on Vichy, and that should subvert the guarantees from Japan. Don't really want to deal with that, so just going to stick with the Axis in Europe. Okay, they're all in, and now we are just going to watch as we blow them out of the skies easily. I do want to see if I actually dismantle my faction, if I can make my way into the allies. I'm not allowed to join factions. Of course I'm not. No fun allowed. Oh well, at least I can recreate my own faction now and call it something better. There you go, that'll do. Okay, so instead of just pushing straight into Germany now, what we're going to do is first take Italy down so that we can secure the land we need off them, because if they do go ahead and overthrow Mussolini and it goes to the UK, that could get very complicated for us. So we've got the paratroopers, and we're going to kind of YOLO this one. It's actually looking pretty damn good. The Italians Italians do not have anything here. I'm assuming their army is, yep, it's just all along the front here, but I have a second army. Okay, now if we get the capitulation going on the Italians, we've pretty much secured our other achievement. Obviously, we still do need to take down the Turks, but we can do that later. I mean, I haven't even annexed them yet, so we still have a little while to go. So if you're wondering what all those heavy tanks were for, it's for my attacking force. And if you can't tell, they're doing pretty well because they've got 82 armor in my infantry divisions now. The Italians capitulated. We're now going to do the hard part, which is pushing through the Germans. Yeah, my normal infantry is struggling quite a bit, but my heavy tank infantry are absolutely shredding them. Oh, and there you go, the Danish independence just happened, so I have to fight the Japanese. Okay, so technically speaking, I just encircled all of Barbarossa. I mean, sure, they still got the ports, but it doesn't matter. I just did it. Oh, while we're here, I'm taking the ports. We're making this technicality a reality. Okay, now I am going to assume the majority of the German army is now trapped over here because the Allies are just walking through Germany. Okay, peace accomplished. All we need to do is take that. I don't think we need that, but I'm going to take it regardless. In fact, I'm pretty sure we do need that. I mean, it ain't the best, but it certainly ain't the worst, but it's definitely terrible. Okay, last up, we are going to annex Romania, and that is our final little empire there. Oh, let's say final. We're not exactly done just yet. Okay, so next up, we just want to immediately get Turkey out and free. I'm just waiting to do our reintegration of Derm right here before we do it, because if we declare on them now, they should join the Japanese faction and hopefully not the Allies. Now, you may be wondering why I was lining up on the Soviets too. And that's because, funnily enough, they also own one of my little faction's core states. We need to get those back. Now, thankfully, we have a little bit of leeway here because we only need to control it, just like we only need to capitulate Turkey. So it shouldn't be too problematic, I hope. So I just need to figure out the best way of doing this because I do still need to capitulate the Turks. So we may just wait until we've finished the Soviets first and then release them. Japan probably won't be alive by then, but I think either way we should be fine because, again, we only have to capitulate the Turks. We don't have to even, like, annex them or anything. So as long as they're capitulated, it's fine, and we could do that regardless of whose faction they're in. I'm hoping the Russians are definitely in a weakened state too, so we can just roll on over them. Okay, so you may have seen this trick just a few seconds ago, really. Boys, this is just the video of large encirclements, apparently, because there's another one. Yeah, I gotta say, that is a lot of juice right there. Now we've mopped up Europe, we can just safely turn our attention to wiping whatever is left of the Soviet army. Yeah, I also found a couple of these things hanging around. Wasn't expecting that. Italy just switched sides. Who'd have thought? Just having to come back to quickly deal with this one. Now back to the front line. And there you go. Don't ask me how I finished that war. You don't want to know the answer. Okay, now finally, there is nothing left for us to do but end this once and for all by actually finally releasing Turkey. Okay, we need to make sure we do this correctly. We want to release Turkey, but not as a puppet. We just want to do that. I guess we'll retain our cause so that we don't give them Istanbul back. And now we just need to destroy them again. And yeah, I think that will be everything. I am a little bit worried because they do need to capitulate. And sometimes that could be a little bit weird if they capitulate before we actually get them in a faction. We'll see if that happens, though. Right, just in case, I'm also going to justify on the Chinese so that they should join the Chinese United Front because their faction's still alive. Just hopefully the faction will still be alive. That doesn't work. I can also try out the African Union. I'm sure they will join somebody's faction. Okay, we'll also declare on the Chinese. Hopefully they join. They are joining. Give it a minute. I'll also declare on the African Union just in case. There we go. They joined the African Union, so now we are safe to go ahead and capitulate them. Yeah, I'm not too sure if they fixed that, but I remember somewhere in the dark recesses of my rotted Hoi 4 brain that being an issue. So we do need to make sure we actually get them quote-unquote capitulated. And there you go. Prussia of the Balkans completed. And that should be all the achievements we can go for. We have, now this is getting childish, but we can't actually force that one, I think. So that is the game. I mean, I could go and capitulate Ethiopia, but I'm just not going to do that and waste my time. Once again, I do have to say Bulgaria, just disgustingly powerful. With this, the compliance growth you get, it's just like, I only just got Moscow and it's up to 61%. Actually insane. Yeah, that compliance growth is just so insane. It's akin to essentially being able to court any state in the world. It's just that damn powerful. On top of just everything else you get. I mean, Bulgaria is a fun nation. I am led by a child, though. That's on me. When I ain't conquering the world, I'm playing Fortnite. There you go. That was our 2 Bulgarian achievements today. It means we only have 1 left as Bulgaria, which is now, this is getting childish. I'll have to come back and do that in one of our cleanup episodes. Doesn't really deserve a whole video, does it? So stay tuned for that one. But yeah, there you go. Achievements unlocked. I'll catch you guys on the flip.